don't you give us an update on the Unemployment Trust Fund?
The Unemployment Trust Fund is obviously one of the two major issues of the General Assembly this year, and now we are entering into the final 3 or 4 weeks of session. It is a situation that is going to require a lot of bipartisan work in this General Assembly. Democrats and Republicans, for maybe the first time in history, have to work together to solve this statewide problem. Everyone in the state and everyone in America is having problems with Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund. It's a system that needs to be fixed this session to protect those workers most in need of benefits and also to solve some business issues within our state. So within the next 3 or 4 weeks, we will be hard at work on conference committee, of which I'm an advisor, looking at about 6 or 7 different ways in which to fix the UI problem in the state of Indiana.
I know the Senate just recently passed a bill. Can you tell us a little bit about the provisions that bill includes?
Yeah, the provisions, and let me first say that I greatly appreciate the Senate going out of their way, frankly, to address the bill when we were unable, or the House Democrats were unable to pass a bill out of our House. It was our responsibility, it was our chamber's responsibility in which to pass that legislation, and unfortunately it was punted by the majority party. The Senate, they have taken it upon themselves to provide some of the fixes of which we've been at the table. We've been discussing those issues with the Department of Workforce Development. We have acknowledged that obviously there's going to have to be some changes within the present law. A couple of those changes would be that we have to ensure that those employees in the state that are eligible for benefits are getting benefits. We must understand that today there are some employees who have been discharged by employers and possibly under criminal intent that should not be receiving benefits, and today they most probably are receiving those benefits. We have to look at changing the wage base in the state of Indiana, which in fact might be painful to some employers in our state. We have to increase that wage base. We have to understand that employees that are consistently laid off at the same time every year, that maybe those employers are beginning to use the system. And we have to close some of those loopholes. Employees, on the other hand, we're looking at increasing the level of benefits of unemployment, but on a decreasing scale, that after a certain period of time or after a certain number of weeks, that those benefits begin to decline and that we encourage people to go out and do everything humanly possible in which to find a job and not just use the system. Unemployment's at an all-time high in the state of Indiana. We have to ensure that benefits are there for those employees that really need that help. It's our duty to do that, and it's important for everybody in the state.